Now let's take a look at modifying this saw blade from this cutting motion to a slicing motion. And let's just change the color of this piece right here. View, yellow clear, and I'll change the blade to red. Now I'll go on constrain with the mate. This red top face right there, and I'm just going to hesitate on that. Hesitate. Look for the right face. There it is. That top face. Hesitate again for this top face of the plane. That's a little hard to see, but all I'm doing is constraining the blade to this piece right here. Then I'll go back and mate this back face on the red. There it is right there, with this face right here. Now one other thing I need to do is ground this piece right here, because that doesn't move anywhere. So I'll go to the ground constraint and ground that and fit the view. And let's run that and see what it looks like. Now I'd like to push the blade out to the end stroke, and so I'll do that by coming in here and doing planar line, this face and this face. Lock that. And there's the extent. And so what I'll do here is I'll just move this. I'd like to lock right to this corner here and grab the arrow and push it back to right at the end of the blade, the tip there. And then I'd like to add a base here for the blade to cut against. And so I'll open this part again. And on this end here, let's just spin this around. And let's go to the rectangle by center and create a base on this face. And I'll just lock to the center here. Push this out, say 60, tab. And I just want it to align to this top face right there. And now I'll go to extrude, my option, chain, pick the rectangle, right mouse click to accept, and I'd like to push this both ways. I'm going to look at this up here from the front, and I'd like to go right to the point of the blade right there. Now I'm going to change the color so I can see through this piece right here. Part painter, and I'll just go red clear also, and I'd like to cut away some material here right where the blade is, and so I'm going to borrow on this front face. I'd like to borrow the blade right there, and also a couple of lines up the side here, or I could draw those in there. Let me just borrow them. This line and this line, then draw a line to extend. Just need to close this off to create a region, then leave some room for the material to cut through there, to slide through for the cutter. Just trim these two lines off here, go back to extrude, it's already on chain, right mouse click to accept, and take away material, and accept. And I'll close and return, fit the view. And before I run this, I need to go back to this part here and remove that constraint. And there's the constraint right there. If you can't see that, I'll rotate it around. Constraint on those two links there, and just hit delete to delete that constraint. So now if I hit simulate motor and run, there's our cutting motion. And this is where we would slide the material through for it to cut.